I didn't run away from the UK. I moved to Russia, and today I'm going to tell you why. After 17 years in the British Army, we were made redundant when our battalions were disbanded and when Up Banner came to an end at the peace process in Northern Ireland, where I was serving at the time. After that, I decided to work abroad. I did for some years, and while I was there, I started to get interested in learning the Russian language. Because of that, I decided to use language exchange websites, and there I met my future wife. I didn't know at the time, but anyway. While I was working abroad, I had some vacation time and I decided to come to Russia to see the place. While I was here, I fell in love with my wife and I fell in love with the country. So I came to Russia, and what I found here is that it's like England almost 20 or 30 years ago. There's something nice about it, something good, and I enjoy that. I enjoy my life here. So it wasn't a mad leave everything and come to Russia. It didn't happen like that. In actual fact, when I'd finished working abroad, I came back to England and I was working driving lorries for some years. During that time, I was transitioning to Russia. I was coming here for 3 months, going back to England for 3 months, coming here for 3 months, going back to England for 3 months, on what they call a visa hop every 3 months, because you're only allowed to stay for 90 days or so on a visa, and that applies to any country. In fact, you've got 90 days on your visa and then you have to leave. So during that time, we started to build our first house. It was off-grid. It wasn't designed to be off-grid. We were promised electricity and all the rest of it, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen for 7 years. In fact, we're still partially off-grid, if you've been watching the videos. But now we have full electric, but we're still off-grid to a degree. And it was great. It was lovely living in the forest here. You can see it's beautiful here. It's absolutely gorgeous. But urbanisation is starting to creep in. I'm seeing things in the forest that I don't like. I'm seeing more houses being built. I'm seeing this forest. This forest I'm standing in now is right beside my house here in Russia. You can see it's beautiful. The sunset's behind me, or the sun. It is a sunset actually. But it's beautiful. But this is going. It's disappearing at a rapid rate. Things are being built. Infrastructure's creeping closer. The noise and the hassle of the city is getting to a point where it's time to move out. It's time to move for a quieter place. Somewhere that I intended to stay here in the quiet has become not so quiet. And that's not fault. That's not fault of Russia. It's not fault of me. It's not fault of my wife. It's just urbanisation that is happening here. And same as any country, things are being swallowed up by housing and whatever. People need places to live, right? But I don't want to be in that. So it's a case of, we decided that we've got friends in Novgorod, and we decided, they told us that there was cheap land there, and we went to have a look, and I didn't like it, to be honest. I didn't like Novgorod. I thought it was too out of contact with everything. There was not a lot of infrastructure there. It was just too far out. It's not what I want in my old age. I don't want to be cutting firewood and all the rest of it. I don't want that off-grid life anymore. It's not the romantic notion that people think, not one bit. So I had a look around. I knew Novgorod region was cheaper, much cheaper than, say, St. Petersburg, where I am now. And so I went looking around and I found a small town called Staraya Russa. This small town, we'd never been to it before. We'd never seen it. We'd never heard of it. Nothing we knew about it. And I started doing some research and I started looking at the town. And the more I looked, the more I liked it. I found that there was full infrastructure there. There was everything there. Well, there is everything there. It's a beautiful town. I thought, why don't we go up and have a look at this? And I found out, it took me about 2 years now to find the plot that I wanted. And I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. And we got it down to 4 plots. And we decided to go one summer. We went up there and we saw the first plot, and it was terrible. It was right beside a tarmac place that makes tarmac. Horrible stink. Like, yeah, great. That's just what we don't want. we left that one and went to the second one. The second one we looked at was absolutely full of trees. It was completely forested, and we thought, oh my god. My wife turned around and said, we can't go there, it's just too much. We'd have to import land, we'd have to raise the land to get away from the water. There's all kinds of problems there. And I thought, but something in me said, you know, I like this plot of land. There's something about it I like. I need to look at this again. But we went away anyway. And the first time we turned away and went away. Went back to a friend's house and thought about it. And they showed us another plot of land a bit further out. Again, no internet signal, poor infrastructure. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go. I said to my wife, let's go and have a look at that piece of land. So we went back and we said to the owner, look, can we clear a piece of this land, a small plot, a small piece, just on the entryway, to see what is there, see if, you know. And he said, yes, we could do that. So we went back armed with a chainsaw and a weed whacker, and I cleared a tiny amount, I mean, only a few meters. And we had a look, and then we walked around the area and we found there was a pond just very close to us. And then we got talking to the neighbour, who happened to be very friendly. And suddenly there's something in me going, I want this piece of land. I said, Elena, we're going to buy this land. We're buying this land, and that is it. And I bought the land, basically. We made the arrangements and I bought it there and then. That was it. It was done. My wife was still not convinced that it was a good idea. She thought, you know, we're going to end up selling this land. We're not going to end up living there. So we went back anyway. And so we went back after I bought land and I started to clear it, and she was unconvinced. And initially we got the land marked out, very difficult with all the trees, and eventually started to clear it. And as we cleared the first piece, my wife suddenly clicked and went, oh my god, I actually love this land. What was I thinking, you know? And gradually we fell in love with the town. It's just so nice. It is so peaceful. It is just perfect. And now it's completely cleared, and you've seen, if you watch the videos, you've seen what I've done up there. You can see it's completely clear. And now we've put the foundation in, we've put some of the building in, and we've got up to the level of the top plate. So that's where we're at. That's how we came to find that piece of land and how nice it is up there. If you follow the channel, you'll see that what I'm building. I'm going to go through this building process with you every step of the way. There's live streams, there's everything you can think of. So if you haven't subscribed by now, you should have done, because you're going to miss something. You're going to miss something real. There is no fake AI, there's no helpers, there's no nonsense. What you're getting is the raw deal, the raw build, straight from me. Up here, well, up there in Star Aerospace. So I'll see you in the next video.